It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Thursday morning. Cheap Trick. Fine way to kick off a Thursday morning.
Sure.
1967, which, according to my math, is 59 years ago. Rick Nielsen and Tom Peterson started playing together.
Wow.
That's been a minute.
Wow, yeah.
73 is when they all came together with the lineup that we associate with Cheap Trick. And if you go see them on tour this year, they still sound amazing. Because Robin Zander hasn't lost a note. He's a freak. Go see Cheap Trick. There's my ringing endorsement for one of the great American rock bands of all time.
Unbelievable run, that's for sure.
Very happy to be with you, Paul Fletcher.
Fourth step of the 5-step program of the weekend.
Ryder.
And you wonder why our schools are falling apart.
I wonder why schools are falling apart all the time.
We refer to it as the 4-step of the 5-step program.
That's it.
Probably.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm ready for some headlines, Paul Fletcher. I'm feeling Minnesota.
By this time next week, we could finally be getting some snow again. However, the next 7 days look flat out tropical, with temps largely in the 40s, with record-setting 50s possible on Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Dude, it's a thing.
Man, we'll take it.
Hot for Valentine's Day.
Especially with the promise of more snow on the back end, I'll enjoy every bit of that 50 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Get out the tropical sun or whatever it's called. James Vanderbeek died yesterday at age 48 after a battle with colon cancer. It was revealed in November of 2024. He had been battling colorectal cancer. The early aughts star was best known for his role in the hit show Dawson's Creek. I will always remember him as Mox in Varsity Blues.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Forgot all about Varsity Blues.
One of his earlier roles, he played the antagonist in a movie called Angus. You guys know Angus? They shot it here. It was they shot it in Owatonna, I think. There's a football scene that takes place in Mankato.
Yeah, I remember that being a movie. I don't think I saw it. I don't remember anything about it.
George C. Scott and Kathy Bates were the parents in it.
Loaded.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. Green Day has a really good song on the soundtrack you can't find anywhere else. He played an excellent bad guy.
Apparently, by all accounts, forever. Just a great guy, too. Very sad.
That's everything I've read.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Good. Did some great cameos for Kevin Smith movies.
Yep.
A new report suggests that Kurt Cobain's death was a homicide, not suicide, based on evidence analyzed by a private forensic team. The Seattle PD and King County Medical Examiner's Office maintains that Cobain died by suicide, and they stand by their original ruling despite the new findings. Michelle Wilkins, a researcher on the forensic team, pointed out discrepancies in the suicide note, suggesting that different parts were written by different people. The FBI received requests to reopen Cobain's case due to concerns about the lack of fingerprints on the shotgun and the inconsistencies in the note, but they declined, citing a lack of evidence of federal law violations.
Yeah, stop.
I know. I mean, this has been a controversy
Enough.
since Courtney Love went on TV and read the suicide note to everybody.
Yeah.
I think we got to let it go. And I'm the biggest Kurt Cobain fan.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Well, and I love it. I think everybody, enjoys a dramatic conspiracy. But at the same time, I think if you bring in a third-party forensic team like this, they're looking for a reason to.
They have a reason.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they want to stir crap up. If they just go, oh nope, it was a suicide, then what are they there
It
for?
just annoys me all over again about the Kurt and Courtney documentary that English guy made where he was convinced Courtney was behind it. And after 90 minutes, he finally gets to confront her, and he's so afraid of her, he wilts like a little flower in the sun. And I was like, dude, you suck. I can't believe you got me to watch this whole thing just so you could go like, you got nervous around Courtney.
Sure, yeah. Rendered the rest of your documentary pointless.
Every joke anyone told in the 90s about if you were married to her, you'd have done yourself off too, they all come right back to mind.
Scientists are doing research measuring how much we fart using smart undies. This is really groundbreaking research they're doing.
And you wonder why our schools are falling apart.
Exactly.
Previous research showed we fart on average of 14 toots a day. The new study shows it's much more. A team at the University of Maryland recently developed smart underwear to accurately measure human gas passing, and we're up to an average of 32 farts a day. Individual rates vary widely. Some cut the cheese as few as 4 times a day, and others up to 59 times a day. The smart undies will be available to buy at some point so you can track your own gas.
If I farted 4 times one day, I think I'd have to. I'd pass out and they'd take me to the hospital. What are you kidding? I fart all the time.
Yeah, nonstop.
It's just life.
Oh, wow, I'm glad I'm in a studio by myself.
No. Steer clear. You wonder why there's a vat of Nag Champa over here in the corner.
The Mall of America has announced a new program they're calling Park Shop Fly, which offers overnight and long-term parking for MSP Airport. They're calling it a secure, convenient, and cost-effective alternative to more familiar airport parking at $12 per night. For comparison, on-site, long-term, or overnight is $30 a day, and shuttle options range from $19 to $23.
Wow.
I can't believe they haven't been doing this the entire line. The blue line has been in effect there.
Right.
This seems like a real easy one.
It does seem like an easy one.
TMZ is reporting it has received a third ransom note regarding the disappearance of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. This one promises to rat out the kidnapper if the family pays one Bitcoin, currently worth just about $68,000. The sender claims they've been trying to reach Savannah's siblings by email and text. The note reads, if they want the name of the individual involved, then I want one Bitcoin to the following wallet. Time is more than relevant. TMZ has already passed the new message along to the FBI. So not exactly a break in the case, but just it gets weirder.
I hope that the person who sent that note is found and dipped in hot acid.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I can save your mom, but you got to pay me?
Pay me?
Screw you, dude.
Yeah, I feel like...
Let's see if I can. How can I be just as bad as the kidnapper?
Right.
That, you know what? That's the person to send back into the burning house for the dog.
Oh, man.
Eddie Vedder mentioned that Pearl Jam is currently in between eras, indicating a period of transition for the band. It's kind of been forced upon them. Vedder avoided directly addressing whether Pearl Jam has found a new drummer, suggesting that the band would collectively decide how to communicate any updates. Despite Matt Cameron's departure, Eddie and crew confirmed that Pearl Jam is actively playing together and embracing change and evolution and are, quote, winding up. What that means, I don't really know. Meanwhile, Matt Cameron is working on a new Soundgarden album using vocals recorded by Chris Cornell before his passing.
Enter the acoustic ears. Here it comes.
Sure.
The folk journey of Pearl Jam.
Yes.
It's not like they haven't done that stuff before. Let's get a drummer and keep some, loud noises,
as long
please.
as they don't Chris Gaines it, I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, please, no. According to a new report, Americans now spend $189 on an average date, which is a 12.5% increase from just last year. That's dinner and drinks and an activity like seeing a movie or hitting up Top Golf.
$189?
Yeah.
For the average date.
God almighty.
Dude, I think about when, I'll get on a list for a show or Mr. Ryder will hook it up through the store or something like that. So we have free tickets to go to a concert. We still probably spend, $40 on a lift there and back. Yeah. Maybe another $60 or $70 on like food and drink before the show. Maybe another $40. It adds up real quick.
Those giant PBRs fast. Ain't cheap anymore.
No, they aren't.
Nope. For Valentine's Day, the National Retail Federation expects spending to reach a new record of $29.1 billion. That's up.
Oh.
Listen to this. That's up from $27.5 billion last year.
I'm doing my part every year, as I have for over 30 years on Valentine's Day, to contribute literally not one penny to that total.
Congratulations.
Nice work.
The last time my wife and I did something on Valentine's Day, it was 1991, and we saw the night it opened, Silence of the Lambs.
Oh,
that's
I think that's probably the last time we actually had a plan for Valentine's Day.
I like that for a date.
Yeah. It was pretty great.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
You want to talk sports?
Yeah, do it. Yeah, go for it.
Lindsey Vonn announced on Instagram yesterday she did have her successful third surgery.
Good Lord.
On the left leg. Since the wipeout, in competition, this is her third surgery.
Whoa, what?
She's had 3 surgeries.
Holy cow.
She's laying in her hospital bed on the photo on Instagram. Thumbs up.
Yes.
She's got a metal frame attached to her leg. That it's not the average metal frame where it's like 3 little pieces. It's this. It looks like another twin bed attached to her leg. It's insane.
It looks like a giant toy.
It's like it's like a 1/1000 scale erector set 19th century suspension bridge.
Wow.
Attached to her leg.
Yeah.
I had my third surgery today. It was successful. Success today has a very different meaning than it did a few days ago. Yeah, I guess so. In the Olympics today, Jessie Diggins, she of the bruised ribs, will be back at the 10-kilometer interval start freestyle. Men's curling, Team Casper from Richfield. Okay. Women's curling, Team Peterson, Minneapolis gal, leading her squad. And then Team USA men's hockey, 2:10 p.m. today, will boat race Latvia.
Yeah.
They will be questioning themselves and decisions they've made throughout that game.
Do we give them like 2 goals in advance?
You
could. Make it
You totally should.
Bit more
That's not really in the spirit of. They're not really in the spirit of competition, but we could for sure. I'm going to say 7 rip.
Minnesota Timberwolves last night finished their first half of the season. It's really 2/3 of the season. The All-Star break is coming up. They beat the Portland Trailblazers like a redheaded stepchild, as they say. Julius Randle, after a triple-double a couple nights ago, went ahead and threw up 41 last night with 7 rebounds, 23 points in the fourth quarter. And after the game, basically admitted, I'm pissed off that I didn't make the All-Star team. Okay, let's stay pissed off, dude. How about being pissed off you haven't won a title yet? Yeah. Let's focus on that.
How about being pissed off that you're inconsistent as hell?
The All-Star game, an event that no one can explain in less than 7 paragraphs. Well, you got 3 teams, 2 from America, 1's international born. If you're upset about not going to the All-Star game, win a ring. You'll get there next year.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say. On this day in 1989, Wayne Gretzky got his 45th career hat trick, which is interesting. But then so this is February, middle of the season, a little beyond the halfway point.
Okay.
He got his 40th. He achieved the more than 40 goals in a season, and it was for the 10th time.
Okay.
It was his 10th season.
Right.
Yeah, pretty good player.
He's kind of good at hockey.
Sunfish Lake. Glad to have you with us this morning, Sunfish Lake.
Sunfish Lake is the Wayne Gretzky of places to live.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
There is a new place to pick up your favorite dessert, assuming you're a pie person.
All right, let's hear about it.
And of course, that would be Ace Hardware. I've done, and by the way, your average Ace Hardware does have a lot of stuff. They got everything. They got those. They got the colored key rings, so you can have the orange is the front door, the green is the back door, the pink is the shed. They got all that cool stuff.
Yeah. And that you never. Little coin purse for my grandpa, right there.
Exactly, all the stuff you never ever thought you needed and don't, but then decide you do when you're waiting in line at Ace. You're like, oh my God, look at all this cool stuff I need. And now, of course, frozen pies. Why not?
You know what's weird is like the Ace Hardware in Albertville is one of my go-to spots. I love it as much as Ryder loves Menards. They've got that's where I get my beard products.
See? Right.
I've never seen pies.
Well, they're just out west now.
Coming.
It's a TikTok sensation.
Okay.
Here's a TikTok lad explaining what's going on.
They sell pie at Ace Hardware. It's like the AutoZone seafood boil, but even better. Blackberry, apricot, blackberry, blueberry. I'm gonna go strawberry rhubarb. Oh my God. I'll do it without whipped cream first. Palate cleansed, perfect bite. Oh my God. No way. I've had many a strawberry rhubarb pie in my life, and this one has a perfect amount of tang, and the texture is almost like pudding. I'm at a loss for words. This is probably one of the best pies I've had. Go to Ace Hardware, I guess, and get your pie.
God. That's unreal.
Ace Hardware selling those. The best part of that story is the fact that he references the AutoZone seafood boil.
Do you know what the AutoZone seafood boil is?
I looked it up, and all I know really about it is a lot of people are claiming that you don't want to get near it.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a thing to get near.
It's a good old fashioned it's shrimp, it's sausage, potato, corn cob all in a plastic bag. It looks like something you'd get down maybe in New Orleans.
Sure.
And apparently there were AutoZones that were just offering these bad boys. Drop them in boiling water, open the bag. Yeah, no, I don't think AutoZone for seafood. I don't think Ace for pie. Call me crazy.
Do you? We're like IKEA disciples. Do you guys get the Swedish meatballs at IKEA?
Many times.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
I feel a little weird every time we do it.
No, I go there for the meatballs, and then because I feel weird, I go buy a Shorts and Hockenhaben when I leave, just so I look like a regular client.
Sure.
You know how that works.
Well, I'm gonna keep asking. I'm gonna put the word out to my Albertville Ace and say, when can we expect pies?
Get to it, man.
Nice.
Tough story from Coon Rapids recently. House fire. This is scary stuff.
Oh, bummer.
Sub-zero temperatures, and then boom, it's actually an attached garage is where it started. When the fire department shows up, the entire garage is just
engulfed.
An inferno.
Yeah.
The family is standing outside, and they're kind of freaking out, and they're like, hey, our dog's in there. And the firemen go in, and heroes that they are, and they emerge with Coco the pug.
All right.
Who's already got breathing problems before a house fire.
Right. Okay. Doesn't need any help with that.
Coco, the family pug, is pulled out. The EMTs on the scene immediately provided supplemental oxygen. Coco perked up. It was looking a little like, is Coco okay?
Sure.
Very lethargic,
Yeah.
and then seems to be fine and well on the mend. And fire officials on the scene then wanted to make the public proclamation, hey, this is always a great reminder. House fire, get your people and get out. Don't stick around looking for your pets. Like, the priority is humans in a house fire. And so that begs the question, what do you think? I mean, Ryder, my first thought is with you, because tortoises don't run.
Yeah, so they're easy to scoop up.
Well, that's true. You probably don't have to look real hard for them.
Exactly where to find the tortoises if the house bursts into flames.
Right.
I can probably there's one that'll like fit in my pocket. I can probably get 3 of the 4 tortoises.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a good.
By myself.
You know what? In any endeavor, 75% is well above the
Right?
Mendoza line.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boom.
Okay, fair enough. Assuming that you've got, that the place is not completely engulfed already. Fletcher, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, of course, if it's impossible to get to the dog, if I know I'm going to harm myself, and we always talk about these theoreticals, right? We never know until we're actually in the moment.
Sure.
But I'd like to think, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You grab the dog.
Yeah.
You do whatever you can to grab the dog. You don't get the humans out and then hope that the fire department can go in there and grab your dog. You take the dog on the way out.
Well, here's my thought. If your dog is going to be fine. The dog's going to smell smoke, probably going to be the one who wakes you up. The dog is going to be running around. Dog's going to be looking for a way out. Dogs are looking out for dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, whereas the cat.
The cat, I hear.
Cat's going to go hide.
Yeah.
I would be worried about Milo. Chauncey would be like, he'd be out. I'd open the door. My problem with Chauncey is I'd never see him again. And not because he's in the fire.
That's true.
No.
He'd bolt and be like,
You just go make new friends.
finally, the Stone Arch Bridge off leash. He'd be in the North Loop, and somebody would have a new dog.
Your chaotic search would be for the leash, not for Chauncey.
100%.
Yeah.
The cat, however, would. But then again, I wouldn't be worried about the cat because cats, they survive everything. People my cat was in my suitcase for a month, and he's fine.
Yeah.
They're going to be fine. They got 9 lives. One of them on the fire. I do know this. I've never been in a house that was on fire. I have stood outside a house that was on fire, and I've driven by cars that were on fire.
Yeah.
And that amount of heat, when I see people who actually run into burning buildings that aren't wearing fireman gear,
Right.
I don't think of myself. My first thought isn't they're a hero. I think, they've lost their mind.
Yes.
Right.
And I get it now. Granted, if this is a kid, that's a different story. Because the point is, of course I'll die trying to save my kid. But the pets, it's like I would hope I'd have a line because, man, a house fire, if you've not been near one before the fire department puts it out, that level of heat is astonishing.
If you've never been around that, maybe you've been at a rock show where they use pyro. Think of how hot that gets for a second, and that's
for
just
a hot second.
Boom, in and out. You know
Good
what I
point.
mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe in the situation, maybe we're not quite as brave, but I'd like to think so.
Yeah, I don't even see. That's the thing. I refuse to look at it as bravery because it's just you're gonna go in there. By the time you find that animal, you're full of smoke, your lungs. I mean, it's just one of those.
True.
It's one of those things. But until you're there, you don't know. You might just have that sense of, I don't know, it's been a rough month. Screw it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who knows?
It's the one firefighter to save the tiny pug or whatever, but it's probably multiple firefighters to save your dumbass if you go in there after it.
That's true.
That's a very
That's
good
very
point.
true. Very,
what do you
very
think
true.
you do? 651-989-ROCK is the Luther Westside Volkswagen talking text line. Are you running in after the pets? Are you running in after your favorite cactus? Hell, I don't know.
Would your pets save you?
What?
Would your pets do, would they wait around to make sure you got out safely? I don't know about that.
Oh, come on. Chauncey would. I'm just saying that to believe that he's a good guy.
Do lack opposable thumbs and a brain that's larger than a walnut.
But he'd have us going though. That dude, when he wakes up and barks when a car drives by too loud. I think a fire.
Yeah.
I think he'd be on the scene right there. All right, let me know. Anybody ever been in this situation? Have you ever literally stood outside of a building and gone, I think I got to go in there? Now, Ryder's got tortoises. You know right where they're going to be.
Grab, yeah.
You were feeling pretty good about getting at least 3 out of 4, assuming the room they're in isn't already aflame. If a fire's on the way, that's one thing. when the bad boy is already going throughout every room and the smoke is everywhere, that's when it's decision time.
Right.
And I'm curious if anybody's ever experienced that. I've never been in a house fire, but as a kid, 2 different times, houses in my neighborhood caught fire and completely burned to the ground.
Oh.
And both times, I was the neighborhood kid be, fire! And we'd get on our bikes and run up and chase the smoke. And both times, I was standing there before the fire trucks arrived. Twice in my life, I've stood like in a cul-de-sac and been like, holy crap, the Carabinus' house is on fire. And it's just...
Right.
And man, the heat coming off that thing, you're 50 yards away thinking, I still got to back up.
Yeah, I've been there too.
Running into something like that, man, 70s were great. House fire, that's all you needed. One a year, and you were like, good. Dude, who needs the internet?
Right.
Just a neighborhood arsonist will take care of most of our entertainment needs.
Yeah.
But the question is, do you run in? What do you do? On the text line, Paul.
Jeremy texted and said, during my time with the Forest Service, I served on a fire crew there, and the level of heat that comes off a forest or grass fire, even out in the open, is astronomical. Luckily, my pet is a blue heeler, and my boy doesn't go more than 3 or 4 feet away from me whenever I'm at home, so I don't have to worry about running back into the fire for him. He's pretty much my shadow. And that's the way I was looking at it, too, with our little Charlie. Grab her on the way out.
Sure.
Going back in, I don't know. Like that does seem probably a little beyond nuts.
Is Charlie saving you? Would Charlie go back into the fire to get you?
Yeah, sure she would.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The kitty cat's only saving me if it's dinner time and the feeder goes off and there's no food in it. Otherwise, I'm screwed.
A general recipe for a sad life is to think, well, would they do what I would do? Just do what you do and don't worry about what other people do, because, man, nothing ties you up in knots more than going, there's no way that guy would do that for me, because then you're going to end up alone.
Right.
Because, everybody sucks except me. That's how that works. Mm-hmm. We all know we're better than everybody.
Right.
Sure.
Come on, I'd do anything for you, even though you wouldn't. That's how that goes. What do they say? Comparison is the thief of joy.
Sure.
Fire is the thief of oxygen. See, it all comes back around.
Right.
It all runs full circle.
This all makes sense now.
It does. Valentine's Day coming up. 82% of Americans say they think Valentine's Day is, quote, a trick to make people spend more money.
I mean, we live in a capitalist society. They're all tricks to make us spend more money.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. 82% of Americans finally realize the whole thing is rigged. The whole game is a racket.
Oh, there were actual people holding out thinking it was some super romantic day.
I will say this. If I were at any time in my life, even going back to like when I had a high school girlfriend, I would be if my girlfriend had been initially very excited about Valentine's Day, I'm sure I dispossessed her of that notion very quickly, because even as a kid I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. What, and I'm not going to say like I'm some wonderful guy that you should feel nothing but love and hearts every day of the year, but at the same time it's like, this is even as a kid I was like, this is Hallmark invented this. We know this, right? This is some marketing dudes sitting around. They're like, well, okay, we invented antiperspirant, that worked. We invented something called athlete's foot, that worked. How about we just make a day where everyone has to buy chocolate and cards?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You knew it was a scam when you had to buy Valentine's for the entire class and not just your friends.
Right.
There you go.
100%.
There it is.
And you know what? I'm not professing to say I'm the perfect mate.
Yeah.
But I've always just looked at it as like, if you really actually care about somebody, every day is Valentine's Day on some level. You should show them that you care.
Come on, hero.
Don't give me that political bull crap.
Take off
what
the
it
cape. Oh, man, not me.
For real, every day. Show them what's up.
Nah, not a chance. I at least once a week, I look at my wife and go, I'm an asshole. Sorry. I mean, it happens.
Wow.
Sorry. If you're expecting love from me 7 days a week, man, you're in the wrong boat.
Yeah, I do refer to Mr. Ryder sometime as my favorite a-hole.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
It's like, really man, that's just
like you just need to, you just got to take a quick look at my childhood to figure out that ain't going to happen. I'm a really good guy most of the time.
But what you just said, Ryder, is exactly what I'm talking about. Like you're telling him you're my favorite a-hole. You're at least making that effort to let them know that you care.
I don't know. I don't know. I have a feeling when she says that, it isn't like all lovey gooey mushy.
Doesn't need to be.
It's the Ryder eye roll.
One time, the time I did let him know that I care on Valentine's Day, we did the White Castle of Love thing. It's where you make the reservation and you get a table and they have candles and all this kind of fancy stuff at the White Castle in Hopkins.
First I've heard of it.
You got to book it early.
I bet you do.
Probably.
No question about it. Okay, the Cigarette Mom Rock bracket. We started it off yesterday. The left side of the bracket, we had your top seed Alanis Morissette versus your number 4 seed Fiona Apple. We have all weighed in. Many of our friends have weighed in on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and text line. Have we got a result for the left side of the bracket, Ryder?
We do. Okay, so let's real quick. So I'm having Alanis advancing.
Okay.
What about you guys?
I voted Alanis, although if you said to me, okay, you got to listen to the records of one of these two artists, I would probably prefer Fiona Apple, but there's no way in a mano-a-mano grudge match she's going to top Alanis as the Cigarette Mom Rock star of the 90s.
It's about who embodies the vibe.
Yeah, the vibe, the anger. I mean, Alanis sort of sealed her fate one song in when she led the album with, the movie about the song about the dude from Full House. You ought to know.
Right.
It's kind of like, okay, we've got a template. Here we go. So I'm assuming that it would be Alanis. Fletcher?
Yeah, I mean, she kind of revolutionized things at the time. You know what I mean? She changed what women can do, especially in mainstream. That raw, ragey, angsty, if not for Alanis, maybe Fiona's not even getting attention because her stuff came out a little over a year later.
Possibly.
I'm not saying that, that she influenced her, but maybe people aren't looking at her in the mainstream. Fiona maybe doesn't even get that look if not for Alanis. So I think it's Alanis for sure.
It's not about whose music is better. It's about who are the cigarette moms.
Yeah.
Who are they cranking up on the radio when you're rolling down the window to go pick up the kids.
There you go.
And you just got to get that last one in before you get to your mom's house.
That's it. That's exactly it. So,
Alanis.
Looks like Alanis is going to do it. The second side of the bracket, the right side, we've got Melissa Etheridge versus Sheryl Crow.
Okay, just real quick on the Alanis results. She did win cleanly 59-41 over Fiona Apple.
Yeah, that's what they call a boat race in politics.
I would have thought it would actually have been more.
Wow.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
So, Alanis, congratulations. You're in the finals.
Yes, and thank goodness. Otherwise, my bracket would have been absolutely toast.
Yeah. So, the other side, we've got Melissa Etheridge. We've got Sheryl Crow.
Okay.
Both completely worthy candidates, if you will. Fire them up. Man, get out the lung darts, man. Crack a window, slide some glass, and speed.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to settle this one tomorrow at this very time. The results will be in. So you got about 23 hours and 58 minutes to vote.
Yeah, and I just tried to make it a little bit easier today. Just first name, either Melissa
I like
or
that.
Sheryl.
Yeah. Melissa or Sheryl. Yeah. And Sheryl is S-H-E-R-Y-L, not C-H. So Melissa or Sheryl. That's going to do it. Hey, Dave Schwartz has covered 3 Winter Olympics in his career, and we've got questions, and thankfully he's got answers, and even better, he's going to be with us right here in about 5 minutes and 2 songs.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS, Thursday, February 12th, and Dave Schwartz is in studio. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
KARE 11 for years now with the Minnesota Wild, which means now just watching Olympics like the rest of us because the Wild did us all a favor and took a few weeks off. Dave, you have covered 3 different Olympics. Were these all winter games or was it some of both?
It was winter and summer.
Okay, so which ones?
I covered Sochi in 2014, which was winter, although it was 70 degrees.
I was going to say that's very memorable.
Yeah,
everything was melting.
It was crazy because they gave us all this like really warm gear and we didn't wear any of it.
That's so wild. I remember that very, very clearly. Yeah.
And then Rio in 16, then Pyeongchang in 2018.
Okay, so. When I think about being at the Olympics, I think about going as a fan and picking your events and just having a good time. To cover the Olympics feels impossible. So many events. I mean, you have to have multiple staffers coordinating this, that, and the other. I mean, it just seems like you'd never get sleep. You'd be constantly on the go. Not like a World Cup where you're going city to city where it's always soccer. It's not only different venues, different towns, different events. I mean, you must be like cramming for like the bar exam every night.
It's a lot. And actually, you go to represent your station. So I would represent our station, KARE 11, but Tegna, which was the ownership group, would send people from all over the country. So we'd all work together.
Right.
But it was really your responsibility to keep track of all the Minnesota athletes and going. So you don't sleep much, and you have live shots to fill, and you have to turn stories. And so, you'd work from 6 or 7 in the morning until midnight every day. But it was so much fun. You know, you're on adrenaline the whole time. I always said it's kind of like a round of golf. Like your first 9, you're feeling great. Then that first 3 of the back 9, you're like, oh man, this is too much. And then you hit a birdie on 18.
That's it.
And you're like, yes, I can't wait for the next one.
So does adrenaline last 2.5 weeks? That's what I want to know.
No, it doesn't. And you get that. The first week is great. It's a honeymoon period. Then you kind of lull a bit in that second week. And then the third week, it's always fun because you got a bunch of medal games and it's a blast.
Well, and to cover all the Minnesota athletes, I mean, are you expected, like Alicia Lewis is over there right now, are you expected to bounce around to the different towns? Because it's pretty sprawling at times. I mean, are you expected to bounce around to all of those? And
you do as much as you can.
Wow.
Luckily, at every sport, NBC will help out too, and all the other station groups will help out. So if I have an athlete that is at curling, and Seattle also has an athlete at curling, but we both have an athlete at hockey, I might go to curling and cover his athlete for him, he would go to hockey and catch mine. Then we'd trade material. But it's a lot of bouncing around, but it's constant excitement. And then amidst all that, you still have to make sure that you're there in time for all of your live shots, which are all over because the timing is not the same back here. So you have 2 clocks, and that was always weird to me. You always had to figure out the time going backwards or forwards, and then the more tired you get, the harder it is to do math.
Yeah,
so by the third week, you're like, wait, what time is it there?
Dave Schwartz is in studio with us. Were you ever courtside, rinkside, anything at one of those moments that everyone talks about for years? Was there, and which is the first one that comes to mind?
John Schuster, 5 in the 8th of the curling in 2018.
Man.
We were right. I was right there watching it, and that I got into curling. I love curling. Part of it was because I love those guys. If you've ever met them, they're great dudes. I mean, they're just regular people who are really, really good at curling. They're
really good at curling.
Yeah. And I was there when they won the gold. I was there when he hit that shot, and the place went nuts. I will never forget it. It was so cool. A lot of the events you don't actually get to watch them. You watch them from what's called the mixed zone area.
Right.
So you go all the way halfway around the world to watch them on a television.
Of course, yeah.
In the bowels of the stadium.
Yeah.
And so I remember that one. I remember in 2014 the shootout between TJ Oshie and I want to say it was Datsuk. I bet you remember, Fletchy. I don't remember. Was it Datsuk for Russia? That they kept going back and forth and back and forth. I forget who the Russian guy was, but standing there watching them go back and forth for the shootout over and over and over.
Was that TJ Oshie?
Yes, it was Oshie, and I forget who was it Datsuk?
I feel like it was.
They just kept going back and forth, and I remember standing there. I was standing. We're watching this television. I'm standing next to a Russian journalist.
Yeah.
And we're both like we're just on this the whole time. And every time his guy would score, he'd cheer right at me. And every time Oshie would score, I'd yell right back at him.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was fun. It was great.
That's fantastic. So is there a difference? Maybe I'm making this up, but they mention it, but it's like I always watch the opening ceremonies and you can see the athletes, there's just that pride and that excitement. And then the closing ceremonies, I just assume everyone's already drunk. It just looks, it's such a different vibe. They're all like, I got to get out of here. I'm exhausted. You can see it, but it speaks to, and I'm curious, do you pick up on, I'm sure, the amount of adrenaline for the athletes, but the excitement, but this is for the vast majority of these folks toiling away in anonymity for years.
Yeah.
And then they just have this 2-week period of time. I just feel like there's got to be a visceral energy around all of it in every direction. Like it's probably unlike anything else. Everything else you go to, it's professional athletes. They're not sweating their next paycheck. Right. This is such a unique event.
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, there is this pride and excitement that this is their 2 weeks to shine.
Yeah.
And they train, every athlete trains in cycles, in 4-year cycles. So it really does take a lot. You have to time it. And if you think about it, professional athletes, they have another game. They always have another game. They have another week. If they have a bad game, they have another game to bounce back. For the Olympics, you train 4 years every day to be absolutely at your best and perfect for 2 weeks. That's hard to hit that. You know, like if pressure. You get a cold beforehand or, you know, you get something over there, everything that you did for 4 years can be gone. And so it's that timing. It's that everything has to be perfect. And they are dialed in for that 2.5 weeks. And then You're right. I don't know if they're drunk by the time the closing ceremonies get there. I can tell you covering it by the time we get to the closing ceremonies, we're ready to get drunk.
Sure. I bet that's true. Yeah, you spend all those years, you're just getting ready, and you have to maximize the opportunity. And then along the way, maybe you cheat on your girlfriend a few weeks ago, and then it throws you off your game. You just never know.
You still pull out a bronze, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah, I mean, I've heard the stories about Olympic Village, and I've heard that they're probably true.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I've heard that they're probably true.
Young people in their prime? How could you not?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's some stuff going on there.
Shenanigans.
So, of the 3 games you covered, which was the most culturally, like for you, just bouncing around? Which one had you the most time scratching your head, just thinking like I'm on another planet, or were they all pretty streamlined?
I would say Sochi, Russia was cause it was my first Olympics. It was the first time. I obviously I'd never been to Russia.
Yeah.
If you remember, there's a lot of stuff going on around that. There was a train station bombing like a month and a half before, and there was a lot of people saying they were going to attack the games. And
the Dutch airliner had been shut down, I believe. Right,
it was
around
crazy.
That time.
And I very distinctly remember being in our hotel room the first night and turning on the television, and everything was in Russian. And I felt like exactly like I was on another planet. I'm like, I could be on Mars, and it wouldn't feel any less weird than it does right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, eventually you settle in and you get a new normal for a couple of weeks. But that games was super secure. Everything was all about security. You couldn't go anywhere without badging in and out, and you always had to wear your badge on you. I remember at the end of the games, they had like a really nice all-weather track that ran the length of Olympic Park, and I went for a run on the last day, and I ran 2 miles down, and you're right at the border of the Republic of Georgia.
Okay.
Oh.
And so all of a sudden, there's this giant fence with a lot of armed guards with very large guns.
Yeah, sure.
And let me tell you, I made the best 2 mile time back that I had ever done.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I'm like, I ran all the way, because Sochi's very far south, right along the Black Sea. And so you just go back, and that's when it does. It just feels like another world.
Yeah, it's funny. We started with Sochi. That's what I remember about it was just there were like satellite photographs of how little snow there was. They were trying to get it, and NBC, and of course, as the media there, you don't want to pee on the thing the whole time, but it's like there had to be moments when everybody was looking at each other going, how did this happen?
Well, and you'd go to the mountain cluster, which there was snow and it was a little bit colder, but it was only 45 minutes to an hour bus ride. Then you come back down, you're on the Black Sea. There's palm trees, like it's beautiful, and we're walking around, in short sleeve shirts. And then, for your live shot, you'd put on the big heavy coat, and you do your shot, and you take it off because you're sweating, walking everywhere.
Oh, it's crazy.
Wow. What a cool experience, though. I mean, I know I can appreciate the work that went in, and that it's probably a lot more work than it is fun. But man, unbelievable, unforgettable moments.
It is, and like I had one of my news directors tell me, you're going to get tired, you're going to be exhausted, you're going to miss your family, but for the 3 minutes that you're on television, you better smile.
Yeah,
and
right.
You better be happy, because no one wants to see you go all the way around the world and have this experience and say, I miss my coffee maker, I miss my bed. Like, nobody wants to hear that.
Right.
And you miss it a little, but you just keep going, and you appreciate it for what it is, because it's an unbelievable experience.
Dave Schwartz is in studio with us. So all your time with KARE 11, now you are with the Wild. The players for the Wild who are over there now playing for their respective teams, how excited are they? As the NHL season, you're approaching the break, and now these guys are all going to head over and play for their respective national teams. Are they excited, or is there any sort of like, I'd really rather have 3 weeks off? What was the general feeling in the club?
I still get the sense that even though these guys are big time NHL players, that they still love this, that it still means something to them to put on their country sweater. And so this is an exciting time for them. Yeah. I think all of us at the Wild are just holding our breath and hoping nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, no kidding.
Both of our goaltenders are there. And we really want them to both come out healthy. So, but it does mean something. I mean, if you watch the Four Nations Cup last year, the Canada-US game starts with a huge brawl.
Yeah, right.
Of course. Which is unbelievably awesome for hockey, but you probably won't see it at the Olympics. But that tells you just how much this means to these guys to play for their country, because by the time they get to the Olympics, a lot of these guys have played, first of all, against each other in the NHL. They've also probably played against each other at World Juniors or other national tournaments as they go. Right. So there's bad blood, which it means great games to watch.
It's awesome. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
What are you looking most forward to here as we're approaching we're almost to the midway point?
Yeah. I mean, I always love to watch curling.
Yeah.
I love watching curling. If you watch that shot that Corey Dropkin made the other day where he hit the 3 off the other.
The one where he just showed his pipes?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact, and I don't even know what the distance is. It's got to be half a football field. And they hit this dime on the other end. It's so incredible.
If you do anything like that, I mean, like just lawn bocce, it's impossible. Ice and that giant thing, when you really think about how they're doing. I watched a thing where they were just teaching people to curl, trying to get them into the starting position, and then slowly, you can't even do that. It's
and
like,
then you realize you get on the ice and you don't actually slide.
Yeah,
because the ice is beaded. So you don't slide on the ice like normal ice.
That's why they put the special thing under the shoe.
That's why you put the slider on it. And so I came back. I think it was the 14 games. We went to a curling club. My wife and I went with some friends of ours.
Yeah.
And I was joking with them. And I'm like, oh, this is the way you do it. You got to put the slider on and push yourself. And then I just totally bit it.
Sure you did.
I mean, went down hard.
I on social media, I've seen several clips from 60s and 70s curling on TV, black and white, and they just got lung darts going. They're just smoking cigarettes while curling, and it's like, man, that's good stuff.
It probably still happens up north.
It probably still happens.
At the Veggie Club, yeah. They're still having fun.
Don't underestimate the balance that it requires to deliver that rock, though.
You're right.
Because I've done it once before, too. And I bit it once, not hard, but I hit a couple of rocks, but it's like the precision is just unbelievable, man.
Just to stay up is hard. You're right. As you throw that rock, like you have to balance yourself and then turn it.
It's not natural either. It's an unnatural position.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Okay, are there any sports that are easier than they look on TV, like skeleton going down, or are they all freaking insanely hard? Are there any where you're like, I could probably take a crack at that and be competitive?
I don't know that there's any of them I feel like I could be competitive. I mean,
bobsled.
Yeah. Well, even that. I mean, I was watching that with my son last night. We're watching luge 2-person, and I'm like, I would not want to be on it. First of all, that's way too close to be with anybody. But the bottom person, you don't even get to see.
I hope your wife's not listening.
No.
She probably agrees. You don't even see. You're just flying down this course on a sheet of ice at 70 miles an hour, and one wrong move is a car crash. I don't know that. I mean, hockey's the easy one because I've played hockey, but I feel like it would be the most fun and the one to actually get really good at would be curling, because at least you probably won't pull a muscle or break a leg curling. The rest of them, I feel like you probably would.
Curling is probably the one where we, all four of us, could say that if I put in, like Ant's claim a while back, at table tennis, right? Give me a couple. I think a couple of years, not necessarily going to the Olympics, but you could be pretty dang good. I feel like almost anybody could be pretty dang good at it. The luge, I think the luge and the skeleton, going back to those, that's way more technique than any of us realizes. Like there's a reason that the same people are fast as hell over and over again.
Yeah.
But the bobsled, I feel like it's another one where you lose some weight, be light. You gotta be. You probably have to. It's probably a little bit like a horse jockey, where you have to be a smaller. Be a lightweight. Lean human. But I feel like anybody could learn that stuff.
Yeah, they usually take. A lot of times, bobsledders are former track athletes, and so those like the pushers, because you got to be able to.
Well, Herschel Walker tried.
Yeah,
he gave it a run.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean it's and then you get in that bobsled, and I mean the thing that scares me about the bobsled is if you flip over, you can't go anywhere. Your arms are in. You're just going to land on your head.
Yeah. It is scary. I've actually done the bobsled at Lake Placid. I've went down those tubes, and it can be even us going at a slower pace.
There's I saw a study once, and it said of the greatest bobsledders in history, over 90% of them are about 4% schnapps. So it's just a chemical. It's a total part of the world you're from type of vibe.
What?
Dave Schwartz, it's great to see you, man.
Great to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And I did want to say too, Australia needs to get in on the curling. They need to come up with full contact curling. You know what I mean? Like we've been saying. Add a little, just get a little.
Well,
a little more competitive.
Once you hit someone's stone, you should be able to take them out.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember how we rushed the quarterback as a kid playing flag football in the backyard? One Mississippi, two Mississippi, something like that.
One Mississippi,
and then if you can get to the what's it called? The person that's shoveling the rock. Yeah,
the sweeper.
You can get to them. You can knock them over.
That'd be fantastic. We're making new games here. This is good stuff. Thanks for coming in, Dave.
Thanks for having me.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. 92 KQRS.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Gorman in the morning. Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It is time for Rank You Very Much. We're going to give you our top threes. We invite you to play along today, especially because we're going to pick a random text from a listener who gives us their top three ranking, and that person will receive Dave Chappelle tickets.
Nice.
Dave
That's pretty
Chappelle
sweet.
at the Grand Casino Arena. The Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line 651-989-ROCK is the place to submit your top three. We are ranking top gifts. It is Valentine's Day week. Top gifts with which to end a relationship. There's your twist. These are the gifts you give. I'm interpreting this as these are the gifts you give when you want the relationship to go south.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Let's dive in. I have a feeling Ryder's going to win this one running away.
Really? Oh, I think mine are kind of weak.
Okay, number three.
All right,
I like
number
mine.
three. Number three, we're going to start off with this was actually a present that my grandpa gave to my grandma, and she threw it at his head and was real upset. They did not get divorced.
I like it.
The answer is electric can opener.
Okay.
For Valentine's Day,
Which,
yes.
my
Yeah.
my
Back in the
dad,
day.
My dad was one of 5 boys, and he's like, I don't get it. We opened a lot of cans. But no, Grandma B was
Yeah, that's not the Valentine's.
displeased
Yeah.
Okay.
with that one.
All right.
That's where we're starting.
I like it. No, I like it. It's strong.
Okay.
No, it's very good.
It's fine.
Number three, top gift to give if you're trying to end the relationship. Paul Fletcher.
I'm going to give a pillow.
A pillow.
Yeah, to let them down gently.
Okay.
All
All
right. You know, it's like, you know what? It wasn't awful. I don't hate you.
Yeah.
But it's time to be done. And here's a pillow for you to rest your head on gently.
See, okay. All right. I get it.
See you bye.
See,
I'm
mine,
thinking of this as far more like I don't want them to. I'm just thinking what's going to creep them out so much that they break up with me.
Yeah, I'm passive
I'm not-
aggressively
yeah,
trying to get this
that's where
done.
I'm going with this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's over. Here's something as a parting gift. I'm saying this will ensure that you never want to see me again. That's what I'm going for.
Okay, all right.
I'm
Fair
going.
enough.
I'm going creeper.
Yes.
Mine are a little more direct, but
Okay,
I get it. Yeah,
All right. No,
that's cool.
it's the variety is the spice of life.
I'm looking
Okay.
for a resolution here.
I'm just picturing myself back in the dating years, and I found myself in situations where I was hoping I wouldn't have to talk to this person again. My number three, I would give a copy of the book Memoirs of a Geisha. And then say, this is to kick off a membership to a monthly book club. All the books are about prostitution. I love you.
Wow.
Here. It's just I thought you'd be. I'm interested in this. I thought you'd like it.
Right.
I like it.
I think they would just have to give a second look at old Steve and think maybe this isn't the guy for me.
But you're also willing to let this go weeks, months if they don't pick up on the tip.
No, it's performance art.
I don't know.
Right,
It seems
right.
like Steve's version of the Jelly of the Month Club.
See, that's exactly
Coming right
that's exactly
That was
what that
actually
is.
His partner.
That was
Yeah.
actually the first suggestion of my wife when I said, hey, what about gifts to get somebody to break up with him? Like, what about a Jelly of the Month club? I'm like,
Wow.
yeah.
All right, number two, Ryder. What do you got?
Don't want to get too detailed on this because we're trying to stay on air, but I'm just going to go with head down to the sex toy shop. It used to be Sex World. I think they closed, though. And just find the weirdest, most uncomfortable looking thing that you can.
Right.
Wrap it up, give it to them as a present. Now, this one can be risky because what if you Jerry Seinfeld, you know?
Yeah. My
she's
thoughts exactly.
into the menage.
Right.
Wow.
Kind of deal. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that
think
is.
It could end things pretty quickly if you've done it correctly.
It certainly could.
If you know the person you're with, it should work effectively.
But then
At the same
again,
time, you might uncover a-
Do you?
But then
You open-
again,
yeah,
if
you open up a
if
closet.
it turns, if there's a 180 and suddenly the light comes back on in her eyes, maybe then you see things differently too moving forward.
Maybe.
You never know. Number two, Paul Fletcher.
Maybe have a plan B
Yeah.
on that gift right there. Mine one would simply just be a thank you card.
That's
Like,
good.
you know what? Thanks for
Yeah.
coming. Like, instead of
Yeah.
looking forward and writing
Right.
about how great the future could be,
Right.
this is a thank you for everything
Wow.
there's been.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
I like that.
Not a my condolences kind of card.
Ooh, okay. I like. Yes, they're both working. I like the thank you card.
Thank you.
That's good. My number two is a gift bag. And it includes Lysol wipes, a feather duster, some Tide, some bounce sheets, Pine Sol, some kitchen sponges, maybe an SOS pad, and a key to my apartment.
Ooh.
Here you go.
Wow.
Here
Yeah,
you go.
that
Thanks.
would
I
work.
love you.
Yep, that would work.
I mean, I think that would set a tone,
Very
don't you?
electric can opener vibes.
Exactly. Very
Yes.
much so.
Yeah, that
very
would-
much so.
Although if you're given the key, that's also comes with risk.
Well, but I'm saying, hey, man, the place will be clean. I'm getting something out of the deal.
Maybe.
So we still got to get to our number ones, and you can share your top 3 gifts in which to break up with someone or that will lead to the breakup. Hit us on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talking text line, 651-989-ROCK. We've given you our top 3s and 2s. Now it's time for our number ones on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talking text line, 651-989-ROCK. We're going to pick somebody's list at random, and they're going to win Dave Chappelle tickets.
A couple of examples. A 612 number says number 3, a vacuum. Number 2, a gym membership. Number 1, diet guidebooks.
Oh boy, yeah, that's all. There's statements behind all those.
Another one from John, our celebrity chef guy in Somerset. Number 3, Reese's peanut butter hearts. In parentheses, object of affection must have peanut allergy. Number 2, lingerie must be undersized in some areas and oversized in others.
Wow.
And number 1, self-help books, relationships for dummies, for example.
Wow, yeah.
Oh.
Those will all do the trick. All right, let's get to it. Our number ones. Ryder, what do you got?
Okay, so you're sitting down with your date at a fancy restaurant and you're doing the gift exchange and you hand them a little box and they open it up and in there is the gym membership.
There it is.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Getting it done.
Absolutely. Yeah, it very little needs to be said.
Yeah.
That's it. Number 1, Fletcher.
My number 3 and number 2 are very direct. This one's a little more passive-aggressive Minnesotan. Re-gift them an item they gave you for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that turnaround will work.
Yeah, I would think that
Yeah.
would send a message.
I like it.
I like that one the best, yeah.
My number 1.
Let's hear it.
This is for the full just going in like you really want it. You really want this person to flee like you're a burning building yourself. Present them with a piece of art, a painting, a commissioned piece of artwork.
Of?
It's a painting of my girlfriend. She looks amazing, and she in this painting is a cheerleader. Not on the sidelines. She's not flying through midair, but rather she is a cheerleader atop a cheerleader pyramid. She's the North Star of the cheer pyramid, and the rest of the squad is every other girl I've ever dated.
Ooh.
But she's the one on top.
Wow.
And that's the way you go, see, you're number 1. And I think that would be very, very, very clearly the beginning of the last conversation I'd ever have with this person. And then I'd be like, what? It's beautiful. I had this hand painted. I don't know. Just the first thing that came to mind, which says I probably need some sleep.
Yeah,
Depend on how tall that pyramid is.
Well, there's that too.
Right.
Yeah. Like, well, listen, I did have to leave out a few. I mean, I did want to have the lines just right.
Of course.
Good
I think
creativity.
that'd be sweet.
Good creativity. Effort.
No, look at all these
I like
amazing women I've dated, but you're the best ever, really. Can we put this over the bed? Can we put this on the ceiling over the bed?
That might follow it. Finish it up.
All right, there's our top 3s. Keep yours coming, Ryder.
I was just going to say, keep them coming for Chappelle tickets. We'll take answers all the way till 10.
Okay, it is time for the last word. 1993 on this day, 33 years ago, a little number called Groundhog Day hit theaters.
Wow.
And as much as any movie I've ever seen, it only gets better the more you watch it. As Bill Murray has to relive that same day, if you watch this movie over and over again, you still find more and more and more. So many great things about it. Harold Ramis, the director of this film, the man responsible for the greatness that is Groundhog Day, originally wanted Tom Hanks to play the part.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Now, I mean, Hanks is great.
Yeah.
But eventually Harold Ramis thought, he's too nice for the role. And then he realized, my old buddy Bill is probably the answer. A good move. Okay.
100%.
No one could be Phil other than Bill Murray. I mean, it's just not possible. Who, for the record, was not bitten once by a groundhog, but twice by a groundhog during the filming of this, during the making of this film, and as a result, a full round of rabies shots.
Oh no!
As a precaution, which 33 years ago was no picnic.
It still isn't.
No, it still isn't.
Can't imagine.
Bill Murray suffering for his art, suffering for our pleasure. I just want to give a tip of the cap to old Bill.
Yeah, I'd give him rabies shots every year just so I can watch that movie.
You and me both. So there you have it. Next time you get a minute, maybe dial that bad boy right back up.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.